Hi,
Hi,
I'm Shaun.
I'm Rachel, and welcome to our next installment in our new podcast series, Hope and Grit, Life Beyond Recovery. Not Life Beyond Recovery, Life Beyond Addiction.
Wow.
Yeah, oh man. The holiday week has got me all crazy.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk a little bit about thanks for giving.
Yeah. Thanks for giving.
Yeah, I think that's what you have always called it.
Thanks for giving.
Thanks for giving. And I already warned you that the cat's gonna rub up against that table, and it's
I got it. I'll catch it.
Knock the phone down.
I'll catch it.
Okay. Well, and the dog wants our attention too. Anywho, Thanksgiving. It's this week. And
It is on Thursday. That's correct. It's on a Thursday.
this year it's on a Thursday.
Yeah.
What?
Compared to on a Thursday.
So we want to talk a little bit about old Thanksgiving traditions versus new Thanksgiving traditions in the spirit of
Thanksgiving.
Making healthier choices.
Oh.
Yeah. And so share a little bit about what Thanksgiving used to be like.
For me?
Well, I think for us.
I
mean, if you want to go all the way back in the time machine to when it was, you when you were little, that's fine. But I was thinking of, us as adults.
I just go going to your parents' house, and everybody to bring a dessert, everybody bring an appetizer, and then there was food, and then more food, and then alcohol.
Oh yeah.
There was hard liquor.
Oh yeah.
Beer. Wine.
Coolers full of beer, and
then everybody had their dinner at Fred would come over.
Oh.
After for dessert, so they'd bring a dessert.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying Fred, but it's
like neighbors would come over, or friends would come over from their Thanksgivings, and
it was a big party.
Yeah. So my parents, when they did Thanksgiving big, and my mother is she's like Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she loves to cook, and she's an amazing cook, and would always make these everything was decadent. And they rearranged their whole house so that all the living room furniture came out of the living room, and they would bring in
more tables.
Move the dining room table into the living room, and then my dad would make this huge dining room table using sawhorses and sheets of plywood, and if you saw it without the tablecloths, it just looked like a crazy construction scene. And then my mother made all of these beautiful tablecloths, and so that it was this giant table. And then we'd have 30 people for a sit-down dinner.
No, you had more, because that one year we had more. We had the other where.
Yeah, but it's still about 30 people. But I mean, there's table upon table upon table upon table, and then another table. I mean, the whole. But everybody got to sit down together. It was really squishy, and we did have a card table, I think, at some point in time when maybe there were more kids.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and she would do the turkey and the mashed potatoes and
stuffing.
Her amazing dressing that she makes.
Her stuffing.
Well, that's the dressing. Yams.
Not to me. That's not the food group itself.
Gravy, homemade gravy, the green beans, almondine, homemade cranberry sauce.
Then you're talking about, the appetizers.
A salad. And then everybody else brought something. So like Shaun said, everybody brought
something.
Appetizer, a bottle of wine, at least one bottle of wine, and a dessert, and then, beer, wine, cocktails, all of it happened.
Because the beer, your dad would supply the beer.
Yeah.
95% of the time. So beer there.
Yeah.
And I would drink the scotch.
And it was just...
At the time, that's when I was drinking. I would drink the scotch and the beer.
Yep. So it was
and for dinner, I'd have wine.
Yeah, so it was
And then after dinner, I'd have more. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I'd have more beer.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what everybody did. It was just you got there and you would have a cocktail and then start in on the eating, and you would just eat and eat and eat. And I can remember just people laying on the couch or even laying on the floor, miserable, uncomfortable, full. Mm-hmm. I know I've done that before.
Yeah.
And then, so we had all those appetizers, and then we would have dinner.
Yeah.
And more wine.
Yeah.
And more drinks.
Yeah.
And then there'd be fresh brewed coffee and a smorgasbord of desserts.
Well, you would have dessert like 2 hours later.
Yeah. Well, but everybody sat at the table and drank wine.
Right. So then you wait, and then
the entire time.
Wait for your grandma, and then she'd be the first one to get dessert, and then your mom, and then we'd all go get dessert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now we had to wait for your mom.
And of course, you're going to have, you know, when you've got 15 different desserts to choose from,
you're going to have a little bit of everyone.
Yeah. And then with whipped cream or Cool
Whip. It wasn't whipped cream.
Or...
No, it wasn't cool. It was homemade shit your mom made.
Well, yeah, but sometimes we had Cool Whip. Depends on who brought what.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. Good
and
time.
Then we would just be miserable. And then the next day we would get up and we would go out to breakfast and eat a giant breakfast and go chop down our Christmas tree.
Yeah.
No. And we'd probably have I would have a Bloody Mary with my breakfast.
Well, I would too at the time. When we first, 15 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would pack some stuff in the car and go.
Yeah. So now...
But now we don't do that.
It's a little different. I mean, some of the menu is still the same, but it's a smaller group, first of all.
Way smaller group.
Yeah. So now instead of having, the 30 people over, it's just my folks, 9. My sister's family, and us. There's 10 of us.
10.
And we still do, my parents still do the turkey, and my mom makes her amazing dressing. And this year we're not doing green beans. I've taken on making the yams.
Riley's doing the cranberries.
Riley does the cranberries.
Two kinds of cranberries.
Yep.
He does a jalapeno and a regular.
And then I'm making cauliflower stuffing.
Yep.
And my sister's making a salad, and she's making some homemade sourdough rolls.
2 kinds of salad, probably, I'm going to guess.
Nope, she's doing 1 salad and 1 roasted vegetable dish. Yes.
Okay.
And then instead of having 42 different desserts, we're having 1. My mom's making a pumpkin cheesecake, and I am going to have a piece of pumpkin cheesecake. I have a small piece of pumpkin cheesecake.
I might. I don't know.
Well,
probably not.
You'll make that decision when Thanksgiving comes. But it's just different. Instead of, it's not all about arriving and drinking and just gobbling. It's not.
Whoa.
I think it's more about just hanging out with each other.
Yeah, making the memories now.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of Thanksgiving for a long time.
Yeah.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, it took you a while to...
It took me until I have kids, from when I was about 9. Because my dad, tried to off himself on Thanksgiving. So I wasn't a big fan of it. I was being selfish because it's not about me, it's about other people.
I don't think that that's being selfish to have...
Well, I was doing it because I didn't like it.
I mean, you had trauma.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. So we didn't celebrate it after that. I mean, we did, but we did. Me and my mom, then my mom and dad got divorced, and me and my mom didn't really celebrate it. And then when we had kids, one of them had memories of awesome Thanksgivings. Duh. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Duh. You all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the holiday stress. So I've done a couple of live videos this week talking about this too, because this morning I got up and I drove I was on autopilot in the car. I shared this with you earlier. I got in the car and my goal was to get to the beach, and I ended up at the grocery store. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's I was on some serious autopilot, and the holidays can do that to you.
They can.
A little bit wrapped up and stressed out. And what are some tips that you would offer to people just in navigating
patience?
The holidays.
Pack your patience. Just sit back and enjoy the ambiance of everybody doing their thing, and just make the memories. Yeah. Just get into it. And
what helps you be patient?
And well, I'm not a patient man anyway. So I could talk a big game about being patient, but around those, I'll try to just sit back and just go, take a breath.
So some deep breathing.
Yeah, that helps me instead of getting into.
I find that sleep is my most important thing. Like,
oh, catch up on your sleep.
I have to have good sleep, because when I sacrifice my sleep, you've seen it. I'm like a toddler.
Yeah, put her in timeout. And
No, I just I break down.
That's what I'm saying. You need to go to timeout.
I will cry, or I will have. It's like a temper tantrum.
You need to go to timeout.
I lose my marbles.
So that's what's going to happen. You're going to go to timeout.
No, I've got good sleep the last.
Well, good.
I went to bed early last night, so
yes, you did.
Got good sleep, and I plan on sticking to my bedtime routine from now on. But yeah, that's helpful, and I will say that having eating good for me food and drinking my water, just staying in my routine and getting my, moving my body, those things that are a part of my day to day, keeping up on that helps me show up better.
Yeah.
On those family holidays.
Yeah, and I like making the memories, That's what I like.
Yeah.
I'm a memory dude.
Yeah.
I like making memories.
I like making memories too.
They're fun. Sit back and you just go, look at that. Remember that one? I remember that one. That was a good one.
You're so funny. Oh my gosh. What else would you say? When, I think that, we talked about how a lot of the menu is the same, and
a lot of it is, but a lot of it is more.
It's different.
Because we're healthier now, and we're pushing towards the healthy thing, and what we're bringing is healthy.
Yeah.
Everything we have there is going to be what we eat here anyway.
For the most part.
Except for the pumpkin cheesecake.
Yeah.
That's about it. Everything else is
a special something.
Because we wouldn't, years ago, we wouldn't have, we'd have regular mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Now we're having cauliflower mashed potatoes. Cauliflower mash. That's.
Yeah.
And it's.
There will be mashed potatoes.
I understand, but I'm talking about for me and you and whoever else wants them will be cauliflower mash.
Yeah, I've actually found I love mashed potatoes. Don't get me wrong, but when I eat mashed potatoes, when I eat potatoes in general, they make me feel yucky. They really hurt my tummy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if it's just because it's a nightshade vegetable and I'm sensitive to that or what, but so I think that it's been interesting to watch how the family has approached food too. It's not like we've come in and said, we've made these changes and we expect this, and this. It's not like that at all. It's just how we have shown up, and then things have just morphed over the last couple of years.
That's the last 3 years, yeah. Yeah.
Where there's less of an emphasis on all of the different kinds of food and what are we going to have and this, that, and
the stress
else.
part of that, yeah. It's not non-stressful.
And really just editing the menu.
Right.
Realizing that we don't need all of the...
Well, it's we don't really drink that much.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't drink it all.
Drink it all.
Your dad doesn't drink it all.
No.
And then your mom drinks every once in a while.
Yeah.
And you drink every once in a while.
Every once in a while. Yeah, it's not... It isn't...
It's not... That's not a big deal anymore it used to be.
Yes. Yes, that is precisely. But I do know that when I do drink, it makes me want to eat. And so I really have to be...
Consummate?
I have to be mindful. I shouldn't say I have to be, but I want to be mindful about having a plan going in. So if I know that I'm going to have a cocktail or a glass of wine or whatever, that I have a plan for how...
you have to have,
have one.
You got to have your...
Making sure that I'm having my water.
I'm so proud of you. You have your escape route. I'm so proud of you. I do that all the time. You know that. I have my escape route for everything. I have an escape route.
That's a good thing too. If you're going to an event with, you and your partner or you and a friend, have a plan for
have an escape route. I'm telling you.
A safe word,
Yeah.
Or a gaze that you can share with each other from across the room.
Or you can use the magic of this and say, hey, time to go.
Yeah. Because sometimes you'll get caught in conversations with folks that can be stressful, and as an emotional eater or as a recovering emotional eater, that can make me want to gobble on some food.
And
so
especially if it's like, I'm sorry,
having that,
if it's like
moment.
a buffet at a house, and you're like by yourself, and you're gonna go over here to the little sausage wiener thingies and the dips and the cheeses. No one's there. You just
oh yeah,
so if you get emotional, you're over there by the thing. Instead of taking one or two, you're taking 20.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Don't do it.
It's good to have your partner in crime, or your somebody there that knows, like, recognizes when you may be in a situation that is difficult to navigate, or is that accountability buddy, and you know that they're watching you and that they can encourage
have your
you.
out.
Yeah. The other thing that you can also encounter at events is people who insist on you trying something or having some of something.
You know, the easiest way to say that what you do there is
What?
This is a little key. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Someone brings in something like I don't know, Swedish meatball, and you're like, oh man, the Swedish meatballs.
At Thanksgiving? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Sure, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Or they're bringing in a dessert, like a cake or cookies.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to flour. I'm allergic to this. I can't.
Oh yeah, you can. You can
I'm
totally
allergic.
say you're allergic. You can say, because this is and we're talking about when no thank you doesn't work. Because sometimes people are just insistent.
Pushy.
Yep. So start with the no thank you, and then when they're insistent, you can say different things. Like you can tell them that actually you're working on making healthier choices, or you prefer not to eat that right now. You don't like the way that it makes you feel.
That's what I would say?
Yeah.
You sure? Done.
I think you're going to say a curse word.
I was going to. They came on first with me, they know what's going to happen. Not a good thing.
You wouldn't actually. You're such a teddy bear. You talk a big game, but you wouldn't say anything rude. But people can be really insistent and like telling you just live a little, or you're being really ridiculous about this, or why are you working so hard, or you have worked so hard, you deserve this. And so it's really important to just take some time before you enter those situations and have some scripts in place. I have some things on my Facebook profile right now that is addressing these food pushers. And so if you need some scripts, you can find me at Rachel Brown Kendall on Facebook. Because that has been a real hard thing for me, like saying no to people. I'm a recovering people pleaser, and I don't like conflict. And so I don't want to hurt grandma, that's made this amazing something for me special.
Tell grandma where to go.
Be like, I know grandma's pie is really special and it's delicious, and thank you. And grandma, I'm not going to eat this, but I am going to sit here with you because I would love for you to tell me the story about how you made the pie. It's more about being in the moment with folks. And for me, saying no to some things right now is okay. And there are some things that I'll say no to forever, and that's okay too. But
me too.
Yeah.
I'll be saying no to alcohol forever. And somebody goes, hey, smell this. Okay, I will. They know not to pursue anymore.
Yeah. But it's different because...
No, it's not.
No, it is different because people wouldn't be insistent to you to drink.
Because I would tell them. No.
Because they know that you're in recovery.
Right. And they should know that I'm in food recovery too. And they don't do the same thing. They don't press food on me because I've done told them.
Some people do. It's for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but
it's the same old.
Food seems to be something that people like to insist that you must try it. I don't know why.
Well,
but
yeah.
So have a plan for what you're going to say.
Yes, have a plan.
Carry your water bottle in your dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, put your water bottle in your right hand. It keeps you busy. Keeps your hands out of all of the buffets. If there is a buffet, serve your plate, sit down and eat. Throw your plate away or put it in the dishwasher, whatever needs to happen.
Because you could be like that gal from Christmas Vacation when she eats the dry turkey. Okay? She takes a bite, act like she's taking a bite, and she throws it over her shoulder. See? You don't remember that?
I do remember that.
See?
I just don't get the connection, but okay.
She just want to eat and don't want to.
So you just pretend that you're eating? And
Yes,
check
you
the
take.
food. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I was just saying, like,
So you go to your
serve
parents'
yourself.
house, there's a wall.
Oh,
with,
no.
I'm just kidding.
I used to do that when I was little. They actually had a piece of carpet underneath my chair because I was sloppy. That was when I was little child.
Yeah,
when I was
sure.
a child. So have a plan. Eat before you go. Well, not for Thanksgiving. Take a dish that you know that you love to eat. 3-bite rule. That's another thing you can have. Once you have 3 bites of something, you've gotten the dopamine kick from it, and really all of the taste that you've gotten from eating that thing. You've maxed out your taste receptors. So have 3 bites of something. If there's something that you normally wouldn't eat because maybe you're in a calorie deficit right now, or it's just something that you don't eat, like cheesecake, for example, having 3 bites of the cheesecake would satisfy that taste and give me the dopamine that my brain is asking for. But after the 3 bites, I'm not going to get anything more from it. So that's something to try out as well. If there's something you want to have, but you don't want to have a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other Thanksgiving holiday tips?
Be safe. Have fun.
Yeah.
Love you.
Be safe and have fun. Follow us on social media. We're both on Instagram and on Facebook. Follow us on the channel here. Subscribe. And we'll be back next week.
Yeah.